those who are working whole day, busy with many things, giving separately time for this, and also the subject is a bit dry. Seems like a serious subject. The whole day already we are breaking the head on many serious things. So naturally, evening time means entertainment. Sunday it's okay, or evening time we can spend something like, but if there is fire, urge, desire that you want to know about the unknown things, the secrets, whatever that we have been not exploring about the life. Basically, we are exploring about the nature of life. Then you will find that there is the interest all the time, not only weekends or not only when you are not free in other things, whatever you are doing, whatever you are involved in, not only while listening, anything you do, this question will be there. This interest will be there. What is life? What is this universe? What is my connection with others, with the world, with the universe? Why I am here? Who am I? What am I searching in life? Fundamental questions for anybody. You can be from any culture, any country, any race, any religion. But these are all basic questions for every human being. So far, what we have been exploring, or what we identified, every living beings, every species, looking for pleasant moments, happiness. Everybody want to survive. Everybody running away from unpleasant moment. So working for happiness, running away from unhappiness, protecting themselves against all these situation or people or places which bring some kind of unhappiness, some kind of pain. And also we explored this working for this pleasant moment or searching this pleasant moment. It is not separate from unpleasant moment. When we are working for happiness, in the process, we encounter, we face, or we experience unhappiness. So it seems like both are coming together, one after the other. It seems like it's the same coin. One time we face the happiness, one side of the coin. Other time we face the unhappiness, other side of the coin. Also we explored, we have been keep on changing. The happiness or the pleasant experience, pleasant moment from whomever we are getting, from wherever we are getting, it is not there all the time. It is momentary. I enjoyed this food. First time, so nice, wonderful. After a few times, I don't get the same type of happiness. I like this person. I wanted to spend time happy. After some time, not same amount of happiness or same type of happiness. So you want space. So without any reason or with reasons, things are keep changing. So we are keep on chasing. We work for something, we gain the happiness, we enjoy the moment. After some time, it is not giving that enjoyment. So we are changing. We are changing things. We are changing places. We are changing people. We are changing job. We are changing country. We are changing yogasana teachers. We are changing reading books. We are changing all types of entertainment. We have been keep on changing. Who is not changing in the process? It's only I. I'm not changing, but all other things are keep on changing. But who taught us? Who guided us? Who showed the way you do this in order to gain your happiness of life? In order to gain that happy moments, pleasant experience in your life. Of course, when we were younger, from the parents, whatever they believed is good for you. Whatever they experienced, whatever their understanding of this concept of life, they pass it to us. That's why the concept is changing. Country to country, culture to culture, religion to religion, place to place. So whatever they believe, whoever experiencing something from there, they share to others. But now we are in a different world. So there are a lot of opinions, a lot of statements, a lot of experiments, a lot of researches, and a lot of theses, and that's we are chasing one after the other. Anything one side, if they say it's good, after some time we are getting the other statement, it is not good. But every individual, whatever they believe, they follow from there. That's why like everybody has their own concept. Everybody is a philosopher in a certain way because they have the philosophy of their life. They may take something from the parents, from the religion, from the society, but they believe certain concepts and based on everybody leading the life. But in the process, when whatever we have learned from parents or from our teachers or from our society, how far we are ready to change the path. When I'm saying change the path, if we look at how we humans are living, last session we were seeing that the animal mindset is still there. The animal mindset is continuing, little bit polished, little bit civilized, little bit sophistication, but still it is continuing, right? So what we are doing, we follow what most of the people are following. We call it as a peer pressure, right? So everywhere, what our friends are doing, we tend to do. What our family members are doing, we tend to do. What the society is doing, we tend to follow. And we don't want to go other path. We don't want to really do something not everybody is doing. Why? Because that's how others are following. That's how they are enjoying. Why the social media platforms are very successful? Very simple. This is the psychology. So when everybody saying, okay, I can do that way. So they just like imitate, they just follow. And if we do something different, and when others are seeing something in a negative way, not even negative way, even like some kind of like different way, positive or negative, not everybody ready to look into that or accept that. So generally, it's not only now, for ages, generation after generation after generation, generally the humans follow what most of the people are following. And there are places, there are people, they do something different, and when it is really successful or really like it is showing some results, then after some time the people tend to follow. We can take into any masters also, even the so-called spiritual path. Everywhere the masters came, and they were exploring, and after exploration, whatever the experience they gained, they tend to share. But because everybody, the whole society is following one direction, they just put this master in a box, put somewhere in a separate place, and they define them as a special person or above human or godly person. So different names, tags given, because so that like they can still do whatever they can do. And they say that, okay, this is I cannot do. This is, you need a special power. You have to get a special gift. And make it separating it this way, again, it makes it difficult. Because the mind is not ready to go, not ready to accept something different. Even they are not ready to look into, am I really searching happiness? Am I really searching the pleasant experience, pleasant moments? If we think a little bit on that, then we will start to scrutinize. Then we will start to question, inquire. I'm doing this. What is the end of this? After that, what I am doing, what I am going to do. So all these while I have been doing these things one after the other. So you just need to give a little bit more time on that. It is not like something you have to go for very strong, intensive, half an hour Shirsasana, that kind of like a special practice is not required. Just need to be attentive. Just need to focus on what we have been doing, what we are pursuing in our daily life, what we want to really achieve by that. So when masters are showing the way, in fact, selecting that master also, we go with who are the accepted people or who has a lot of followers in the world. They don't use their own exploration or examination or inquiry what this teacher is saying or master is saying and how it is relevant. They don't use it. And there are many teachers, there are many people, not necessarily even you need to tag them as a teacher, those who already gain certain experience in the life. And when they are, it may be from your family, it may be your father, it may be your grandfather, grandmother. So they have got some experience of life and they may tell, okay, this, you don't need to do that. Don't worry about it. You do this. It may not sound like a spiritual, but they talk from their experience. But we don't want to listen. Why? Because they don't have this special tag, spiritual master, spiritual teacher. We may have the teacher or master at home, but we will look for everywhere. And also when we are looking, we see that we accept only whether that person has a lot of followers. So we have generally, right, the people have a certain checklist. Who can be the teacher? Is it that teacher has a lot of students or followers? Is it that teacher has written any books or published or like selling any videos? Does the master has any ashram or monastery or place? Nowadays, added things are the checklist added more. Does that teacher travels around the world? Right? So we have this long checklist, then very easy to check now. Okay, go there. See that in YouTube, which teacher has more followers. Anything, if you watch also, we see that how many people watched this. Okay, more people watched. More people watched means, so that means it is worth to watch. There are people. This is what, like when I'm saying like a peer pressure, this is what, like they want to take again their easier path. Why? Same mind. It wants to experience happiness, even in this searching. In the searching process also, if something not giving that pleasant experience immediately, the mind is not ready to. That's why when we study Yoga Sutra, even if you don't understand the Sanskrit, Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha, Tada Drashtu Surupe Avasthanam. When it is talking, we don't understand, fine, but the English translation, to some extent, we can relate. So we can easily ask this question. Why the cessation need to be there? What is the connection? If the thought process need to be stopped means how I can lead my daily life, how I can interact with my family members, with the world. If it has to be stopped, why I have been accumulating so much knowledge? Why I have been learning a lot? Why I am gaining this experience and that experience? one sentence, but from there we can ask many questions. That's what this whole inquiry is all about. So it says, it abides like it's in own self. That means what? What is that like? When the mind stops, when the thought process stops, then I see myself. That means all this while I'm not seeing myself. How it is possible? From the time I open my eyes until I go to bed. Not only until I go to bed, even while I am sleeping through the dreams, my mind is active all the time. How? That means like all this while I don't know about myself. I don't experience myself. That means what is that? What is the nature of it? A simple questions like this definitely will take to next step. But instead of searching the answer, we want to again experience the happiness there, pleasant experience there. Then we fight with the Sanskrit terms rather than the meaning. If you say the explanation, it is given like long explanation. What is chitta? What is vritti? Where this vritti comes from? What is the root? Chitta has like many forms. What is that? Then when it is going all this explanation, we lose the subject and we are searching somewhere else. Why? Because we are not going with our own experience. We don't go from our experience. Rather, we want to gain the experience. New experience. We want to gain the knowledge, more knowledge. Because we are happy in that. Because I am gaining more. I know more. Again, that same concept. In this search also, we are searching the same thing. So, when we were told, do this, if you do this, you will be successful in your life. You will be happy in your life. The same time, there are other people told, don't go into this. The life is, impermanent. Don't get into this wealth. Your health is a wealth. So don't just do this and that. Take care of your life this way and that way. But we don't want to really, we heard. We are hearing again and again. But we don't want to give the importance to that. Why? Everybody has this peer pressure. What to follow, how others, when to do everything based on how the world is doing. Now this COVID situation, we are talking about herd immunity, right? The herd mentality is prevalent. It is there everywhere. That one nothing to do with religion or country or culture. What others do, I do. If others not doing, I will not do. This yoga practice now everywhere going on, right? Almost seems like every part of the world is going on. And the people are thinking in India that everybody practice yoga, especially those who have not read the lifestyle or things are what's going on in India. That is the general assumption. And it was there here and there, even like before it was there in the schools and other places. But now it is coming back after, like it has gone everywhere in the world. Now it has kind of making a circle and it's coming back to India. Now the people are turning into the other style. Other style means before the whole Now, if you see that every cities, all the metropolitan cities, cosmopolitan cities, so now the studio concept and the same way, all styles of yoga coming. Hot yoga, Bikram yoga, power. In India, you have, hot yoga is there. Do you believe that? They change the room also the same way. And also then they say like 24 styles of yoga. Just exactly copying what's going on in the cities. Now it is getting popular. Why? Because what others are doing and already popular and already it has gone to West. Anything gone to West, it should be good. Anything they are doing there, then it should be nice. It should be nice. In other places, what they are doing. So everywhere they have taken up just a movement, a simple movement. You do these asanas in this way, you sweat or you jump, you go flow, and that's what yoga. It's not only the students are following, teachers also just follow the same thing. Teaching in the same way. So what is the effect of that, how it is going, how even within asana practice, you have to connect with your breath and mind. Very, 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 very less people like really giving that focus or explanation or the practice. Why? Again, same. What others follow, I follow. What most of the people are doing, I do that. What is advertised, I accept it. What the people are talking about it very nicely, beautifully, we just follow, continue the same way. So this searching for happiness is not different. Everywhere, whatever they have already followed, whatever they have got something, then we learn that in our young age, then afterwards, the mind is not ready to think differently because the mind is already got into that trap. The habit has been set. The pattern has been set. And especially at this time, at this period, it's been strongly propagated, not just propagated, it's strongly instilled in everybody's brain that you need to make money. You need to get these kind of facilities. You have to pursue this kind of lifestyle. That is what success is all about. If you look at all the newspapers, if you look at what all the leaders are talking about, how the world is going, actually which direction the world is going. If you understand the peer pressure, that means like most of the people are doing the same thing. The whole population, if you take, very few percentage think differently, do differently, experiment differently. Otherwise, most of the people following the same thing. That's the general way the world works for a long, long time. Now, who is leading these people? When we say this herd mentality, who is guiding them? Who is like leading them? All the political leaders, right? They are the one like making plans for everybody's life, how they will lead their life. So when we look at that, what all the leaders are really planning, talking, everybody talking about how to gain more wealth. From small country to the richest country. From capitalist country to communist country. From democratic way to the dictator way. Everybody talking in one language, which is how to improve people's wealth. How to increase the GDP of every country. They are happy if the GDP is increasing. And also every time they set the target that this year it has to increase this much, this year increase this much. And also all the global organizations, including United Nations and whatever that world bodies, everybody have this aim. If we remove the poverty, that is the success of life. If we remove the poverty, people will be happy. Fundamentally, we are going basic infrastructure. Everybody need to get the food. That doesn't mean that is the success of life. Why? Everybody's experience we see obviously, very clearly, right? The rich people also has got the issue. Poor people also got the issue. They work hard and make money. That is not bringing the happiness. So looking for somewhere else, something else. So that means whatever now we are already pursuing, whatever we are experimenting or working hard, whatever we are doing, if we don't have that understanding or this herd mentality, we don't really knock the right door. Our paths definitely need to be questioned. So when we look at that, we all are working, we are all like, looking for that happy moment, pleasant experience. Right? It is not simply just by pursuing wealth or just going into the direction of everybody going. It is not happening in that way. It may help, but that is not the end of it. That means what actually we need to do, we need to see that from where we have gained this concept. You do this, if you do this, you will be successful. You will be looking for that happiness and you will gain the happiness. You do the other things, it may not give the happiness. Otherwise, we don't want to change. We just continue what we want to do. We don't want to review. We don't want to evaluate. We don't want to question ourselves. Why? Because everybody following, I'm following. Everybody already like going into that direction. I can't go something different. I can't do something different. Evaluating, questioning, and looking for the answer, that's what this whole practice is all about. When we are doing the asana, there itself, like we can see that the whole process is similar. We assess what is our body condition and we are learning what we need to do. And from there, we are experimenting with different postures or props and everything. And we are modifying or we are changing according to that, what need to be done. If we don't do that, we simply like follow because I'm happy by doing forward bend. I'm happy by doing back bend. If we are doing just like that, So definitely it is not good for the health, good for your body condition, good for overall practice, right? So the same concept exactly applying here. What is my body condition, or what need to be done, and how I have to modify, how I have to use the props. So this understanding is the same. What is the life? What is that really like where I can find that happiness? I'm assessing myself, I am clear. Whatever I am doing, my pursuit is finding that happy moment, peaceful state, calm state. That's what I'm looking for. That has to be clear. When that is clear, then naturally we will evaluate our actions. So what I am doing now, is it pointing towards that direction? Because we are working very hard. Everybody working very, very hard. Not only everybody working very hard, even like the children who are studying in the school, they are also very busy. Working, going to the school busy, after school they go to the other places busy, and everybody like getting up early morning, going to bed very late, and less sleep, not getting right food, whole day busy, especially the every people living in the city. Not only rich country, you call it like, growing country or grown country, or like poor country, wherever you call, everywhere in the city life almost the same now, globalized. So everybody working hard, everybody running after something, no time or less time, and in the process everybody really like lost their health. I won't say even losing the health, lost the health. We are all patients, some way or other. But we don't have the time to look into that. Because why? It is not hitting hard now. When the people studying or hearing about what is the importance of health, or studying about like, how you have to take care of your the basic things, organs, blood pressure, this and that and everything. We don't want to give time for that because we are busy in something else. Even their family members may know there's something, but they don't want to give time. We can see that every people who are practicing yoga at home, when others, if they don't practice yoga, either children or spouse or siblings or parents, if they don't do something little bit time for their body mind sense complex, very easily we can see that it's a simple thing that will take care of their health. But why they are not doing it? You can also you can see that when they get the pain, then they will look for, okay, can I do that? Can I do that a little bit? After pain gone. No time for that. The time is given for what? Chasing after something. And at this point of time, we have all the options. We have all the knowledge is there. It is given straight away. It is there. You just need to ask the Google Guru. Every kind of, we give list out, okay, which master you want, what do you want to say? You want to talk about one thing, you can reach all the details. But because we are chasing after something, because we strongly believe from there I am getting happiness, from there I will experience that pleasant moment. So even though we have got the experience, number of times we work hard on something, but after gaining we don't really care about it. So many times we have been experiencing that. But because one thing definitely where the world is going, peer pressure. Second thing is definitely it is associated with the habit, the mindset, the pattern it's been set for long, long, long time. Otherwise, the time what we are giving is good enough. In fact, it's a lot actually. When we are doing asana or when we are doing meditation, the whole idea is to know about these things. It's not about how many asanas you can do, how many points you know, how long you are practicing on that, how long you can sit for meditation, how many types of all these different things, asana, pranayama, or kriya, or meditation, like, or studying books, or attending programs, all these things, like we are already giving the time. But are we really focusing on this understanding? Whatever I am doing, is it directing me towards my experience? And am I growing? Am I really getting clarity the way I am associating, the way I am thinking? Otherwise, one question, little bit time you give that, you see that very clearly. You don't need special formulas. You don't need to really do this and that. It's very simple thing. Okay, I'm very clear. Whatever I'm doing, my mind is like looking for happiness. My mind is looking for peaceful state, pleasant experience. Yes. So many times I've been doing so many things. Why I'm not getting that happiness all the time the same way? So something is not permanent. Something is not giving all the time the same thing. So that means naturally the question will come. What I have to do in order to get this permanent happiness, eternal happiness, or what I have to do so that I won't keep on chasing things. I won't keep on running behind after this kind of roller coaster life. It should lead towards that. Otherwise, we get stuck with that. Okay, I've been practicing yoga for 20 years. I've been practicing every day 5 hours. I have read this book, that book. I have attended this teacher's class, that teacher's class. I know this technique and that technique. I have this many students, this and that. What is the point if we don't have that clarity? If we don't get that peaceful state now, so then naturally we will examine, we will evaluate every action. Is it directing towards that? So if we even practice the 1 hour or 30 minutes, whatever the time we will give in a quality way, not a quantity way. Then what we will examine, I'm told to do these things in order to gain the happiness, in order to gain that peaceful state. Is it really happening? Then what I have to do? Naturally the question will come. Where I will find that real happiness? Where I will find that eternal happiness? Where I will identify by doing what I will get that. So we will be more focusing, more channelized, and well directed. And that's what missing even among yoga practitioners. Their interest is not other things, but along the way they picked up. There are people, they went to yoga classes, they started their yoga practice just to get some experience. They want to say, okay, it is good for health, so I'm joining that to gain the health. And you can see that along the way they picked up this, that they want to become the teacher. I don't know whether it has come from the teacher or it has come from other friends or it has come by seeing what's happening with the teachers. So the people, they went to gain the health, but along the way, this other interest came. Okay, I want to become the teacher. Before joining, somehow, somewhat, they were okay or happy or something, like little bit time they had for themselves. Then they decided to become the teacher. Then what you have to do? You have to go for teacher training. So what you have to do? You have to make payment. Okay, what you have to do? You have to save your money. So then what you have to do? You gain one certificate. After gaining the certificate, spending like 6 months or 1 year, then you will know that is useless, not enough. Then what you have to do? Then you have to look for a real teacher. What a pathetic situation we are in, even in the yoga practitioners. Then we have to look for that where you will get that right knowledge. Then again you have to spend time and money, and after gaining that, the mind is already says, okay, how to get back. So what? Then you start to teach. After starting teach, what happens? You don't have enough time. So you don't have enough time, then one side we are talking about health and yoga, and the other side slowly we are losing. More or less, overall maybe the physical health is there, but mental health. So there are frustration, there are other issues related with like all the activities going on. So join the yoga practice to gain the health. Along the way, what's happening? Lose the health. I'm not joking. A lot of, we have to if you really go and talk to many yoga teachers, especially those who are busy yoga teachers, and you can see that what's happening. It's not just about a physical health, but when we are talking about, have we reached that happiness, the pleasant experience, pleasant moment, calmness, peaceful state? If the very source through that what we are supposed to achieve, if we are not able to achieve, what went wrong? How come our mind is deviated? Or how come that we missed those points which we supposed to gain? And it goes with everybody. They will ask this question. They will ask this evaluation. Through this evaluation, they will ask, then with that questions, they will gain the answer. So what would be the next step in the process is, where is that real happiness is? Where is that uninterrupted happiness? How I can gain that? And if I get with this habitual mind, if I get stuck with this habitual mind, the mind already set the pattern. How I can reverse that? So if you look at this whole process, it starts with very common pursuit, everybody's pursuit, every living being's pursuit. Pleasant experience, pleasant moment, moving away from unpleasant. That is the fundamental pursuit of everybody. So where I will gain that? We need to have that clarity. Yes, so many things I am doing, but it is not there all the time. So when that is convinced, without any doubt. So naturally this question will come, where I will gain? And that's where the big challenge comes. Even though we may know, but the mind will not allow simply to move on, because it's been set. The journey already set. It's been going on for a long, long time. It's not just started now. It's been there for a long, long time. And understanding like this way, the same way, yes, everybody's searching this happiness. So now next thing should be to know the nature of the mind. What is the mind? With that, I am leading the life. What is that? How it is working? How it relates with myself and others? Is it me and my mind is different? All these questions will come. So we will continue with that in coming session. Let me know if you have any questions. And if the subject seems very serious and like so dry and like difficult to continuously follow, I don't want to deviate away from that by bringing other things. Rather, it's like holding the rope. It's tied there somewhere, other edge. So we are holding this edge. So we have to really continuously move one hand after the other on the rope to reach the other edge. So this one direction, focusing on that, and one after the other, trying to release the knot and holding one hand after the other on the rope, it will go. Maybe sometime it will be hard to focus, but I hope you create that interest, so that like you will continue in the same direction. Even sometimes it may deviate, so it's okay. That's quite normal. Sometimes you may feel like, I have so much interest to listen. Sometimes like, okay, when he will finish. So these kind of things will be there. But that's normal. So what you can do is that time, but you can review it later. Okay. Let me see if there is any question. Evening, soothing the mind after a long day of work, and it reminds you of what is truly important in the midst of chaos. Soothing, maybe it's helping also to go to sleep. It may bring that relaxed mind, relaxed body, maybe very busy whole day, and you start to listen to this. Slowly you can go to sleep also. I don't mind. Okay. I have been knocking my head for many, many hours back to the foundation, whether or not I am seeking the truth, whether I have abundance questions with or without answers. Question is, what is next? What then? I see contradictions in my understanding and my actions, and for all the encounters and happening around me, I am putting importance in learning to value values regardless of good or bad. Back to the foundation, whether or not I am seeking the truth, whether I have abundance questions with or without answers. See, the other session I was telling, there are only two categories. One, knowingly searching the truth. Others, unknowingly searching the truth. So any action you do, fundamentally we are all searching the truth. Not only human beings, every living beings. Why? Basically, everybody looks for freedom. They want to free of this search. They want to free of all this pressure or like survival or like I need to do this or I need to gain the food or this and that. Everybody want to free of that. And human beings furthermore giving that name like seeking freedom. Knowingly or unknowingly, only these two categories. When I am saying like we are looking for happiness, we are pursuing the moment of pleasant experience. What is that? That is nothing but seeking the truth, nothing but seeking freedom, nothing but let go all these searches. That's what we are looking for. But we don't know whether exactly we are searching that, but we give the name. I want to be successful in my life. Some people say I want to go to heaven. Some people say I want to get punya karmas, means like good karma. All they tell different names. Basically, we are looking for freedom. Basically, we are seeking the truth. That's why we are keep trying. We are keep working on different this and that. But we have to knock our head and to look at that properly. Hey, see that? You have been looking and doing this and that, but you are just getting into the wrong direction or wrong things. Check that properly. That's what we have to tell to ourselves. So whatever you are doing, ultimately you are searching the truth. So either you fall into this category, knowingly searching the truth, or you fall into this category, unknowingly searching the truth. You may ask this question. That means our political leaders are also searching the truth. That means Trump also searching the truth. No. All the dictators are searching the truth. Yes, everybody searching the truth. Just they don't know where it is. They want to overpower them. They want to gain the power. They want to hold the power. Why? They think that's where that happy moment is there. That's where the success is there. But once they gain after some time, they realize. Maybe this life or after some time. We don't know. But that is the whole process. So anything you do, you are searching the truth. Okay. Question is, what is next? What then? Don't worry about it. Let us focus what is now. What I am doing now. From there, what I am gaining. And what I have to do. When I am doing something and I am not able to gain in that, what I'm not able to focus, I'm not clear about it. That's where we need to look into that. What is that I'm doing? Looking into that way. So what will happen afterwards? That is not really important now. Why I'm saying important now? Because we may have a different assumption about like what is next. Different people talking about in different ways. That's not the question. Right now, evaluating, aware of what we are doing, connect with every action what we are doing, doing that continuously. That's what supposed to focus. I see contradictions in my understanding and my actions. If you are already see that you are contradicting in your thought process and your actions, that is already one step taken or one step crossed successfully. Because a lot of people not even seeing that. Everybody happily doing and chasing things like as though like, that's where like, everything is going to be achieved, right? But you are already seeing that what you are thinking and what is the action, there are contradictions. That is one stage. So congratulations. So now, and aware of that, with that, then you will start to see that why it is happening. What is this thought process, action process, why this contradiction? That's the next process. So that's what actually we are doing in a way. Okay. So Still you are able to ask questions without confusion or irritation. So that's good. Also, for all the encounters and happening around me, I am putting importance is learning values regardless of good or bad. See, whatever you achieve in the process, whatever you gain through this practice, outside world still will function the same way, including your family members, including your society, your relatives, your friends, your country or world. Everything is going to continue the same way. It is not something that value system will change. Our value system will be something different, or something good and bad. These things like concept will be we come to some solution or anything. No. That will be there. That because those things will constantly evolve, constantly change. What is good over a period of time will change into bad other period of time. What is good in this culture may be considered in other culture as a bad thing. We can simply understand what thing to do for others. It is only for me. Okay, I lost the connection completely. Do you hear me now? Okay, I lost the questions also. So there are a few other statements or questions all gone. Seems like next time if I get question, I need to copy that. Okay. So when this search, when this understanding, whether it will bring any change on others, indirectly maybe, or how the things will change other places outside, it will not change. Still this question will come, good and bad, value system, this and that and everything. It is not about that. Instead, the whole purpose here is to get the clarity how all this system works. It is get to know what is that something hiding within me, which I am not clear about it. It is knowing the clarity, what is this concept of life. What we are understanding life itself, we are questioning here. According to our understanding, what is life? I am taking the birth and I am doing things, I am growing. Then after that, I am dying. This is what the concept of life. That's what everybody talking about it, right? So that very concept itself, like here we are questioning. And also, what is our understanding about ourselves, one's own being? I am so person. This is my name. This is my body. I have taken birth to these parents, this place, this family. And I am doing this in my life. These are my skills. This I know, this I don't know. This is what our concept of I, our own being. That is what our understanding. But that very concept of I, we are questioning here. We are examining here. We are evaluating. And this whole yoga practice is to get into certain experiments to get to know the concept of I. Is it true, whatever we are holding so far? What is the truth behind that? And this will give the clarity about what the concept of life, the concept of I, then the whole perception is changing. Why? Because we just accept, as I said, like, as a peer pressure or herd mentality, we just follow one after the other, generation after generation, life after life. So here, that very fundamental understanding or concept, we are questioning, we are evaluating, we are inquiring. Okay. So enjoy the journey. So there were a few other questions and I lost that. In case if you want to write back, please. Next one, it is very easy to fall into the trap of the busy on our daily life and to keep the mind on the purpose of life or on the pursuit of finding the truth requires a different mindset. It is easier to keep on being busy because we can feel and touch. Is the learning about what is life abstract and because we cannot touch and feel? You mentioned about Yoga Sutra and people find it difficult to learn. Why is that? Is it because we are trying to learn as we read about other textbook like science, history or geography without an inquiry mind? See, the whole thing, all these things, because the understanding of ourselves with a certain concept. See, at the beginning stage itself, from young stage itself, if you do something, when you do something, then it is called achievement, right? That is what called success. That is what bringing happiness. So you have to be the topper. You have to be an intelligent person. You need to be the best among all. You need to achieve something. Because of that, you will gain the success. So that's how we have been educated everywhere, from our family members to the school to the society. So because of that, what happens? Our mind strongly accepting that, inbuilt already, strongly inbuilt. So everything we do, if we are not able to do better than others, we don't see it as a success. If other person finishing one job in 1 hour, if I am finishing that job in 1 day, however quality way it is done, right now we are living in the society, it is not accepted as a best thing. You are fine, but you are not the best. You are okay, but not good enough. Everything is calculated based on the time. That's what the whole corporate world is doing. I need to achieve the success within this time. Otherwise, my competitor will bring out that product than me. So I lose the job, I lose the money, then I lose this whole business. That's how everywhere we have been educated. That's why when they come to yoga also they say, can I become a teacher within a year? No, I think that is also wrong. People are saying, can I become the teacher within a month? Or 6 months? So how we can change that mindset? That means, like, definitely it has to be questioned again and again and again. Every small things of the mind need to be questioned, and continuously it has to be experienced. The concept we have is not the right concept. It is not even taught. It has to be experienced. That's why they say, right, this subject will enter easily when you go through pain. If you don't go through pain, we see the life, everything is normal, everything is fine, going well. So we don't give attention to that because we are happy by gaining the success in that way. So when other people are saying you are good, we feel happy. We don't need to think that it has to be evaluated. When other people seeing you as a successful person in the life, then we don't think like it has to be evaluated. Because the mind is already strongly believing, I am doing good, I am successful, I am healthy, I am happy. But when it is really facing the pain, when it is hitting the wall, there is no way can go further, there is no way can make a U-turn, then the mind will start to question, where am I? What am I doing? Why am I here? Otherwise, everybody thinking they are successful in the life. They are happy in their life. They're happy, their life is going normal, fine, fantastic. So, what we have to look for? More pain. That means what? You need to come away from your comfort zone. You need to ready to get into experiment life. Consciously, if you are able to do that, that's where this concept comes. Heyam dukkham anagadam. The pain yet to come, we can avoid. But until then, we don't understand that. Something is there, but I'm okay, I'm fine. My life is very nice, good, going peaceful. What is going peaceful? That means I'm able to maintain my comfort zone. I'm able to protect myself within my comfort zone. That is what the life is going peaceful. But there is a situation come where that is out of their control. And then this real question comes, what is life? Until then, the same thing continues. So, if you don't know how to face the pain or how to get the pain, you let me know. I have a lot of ideas for that. Okay. There are times I am contemplating to gain the wealth or to have my time, or when I want to take up some courses. I do have this challenge. Sometimes I accepted the job because I need it. Sometimes I give up the assignment because I don't feel happy exchanging my time for a monetary reward. I want to attend class and keep exploring, but sometimes at some time I feel bad for not working hard if I do not taking up the job. No. It is just the mind is playing this trick. It is like, it is saying because now we have been taught time is money. That is the mantra, right? What is the mantra? Time is money. So every moment, if you are spending, if you are not gaining something out of it, that means you are losing, you are wasting your resources. So we have this already inbuilt concept. And when we are spending every hour and we are not equating with the monetary gain, underneath, inside, the mind says, hey, you are a loser. You are spending the time, in the same time you might have got this money. Why you are losing your time this way? It's not even, you don't need to think, that kind of feeling it can generate. So when you want to spend time for yourself, same time you can gain some monetary gain on that time frame. And if you are not doing it, this kind of feeling, it may come naturally. Aware of that, look into that. We can make some very simple calculation. Why I'm saying very simple calculation? The people running against time and calculating every minute as a money, after some time they're losing the health and they are spending lot of time, lot of money to gain the health. Even physical health. I'm not talking about mental health. Mental health is gone. They need to really go a lot of time afterwards for meditation, pranayama, asana practice, go to the nature, spending away from all their daily work. All these things separately need to be done for the mind. But physical health, everybody losing. But they are not seeing it. What I say, like, just we are living an idiotic world actually. So everybody, like, seeing it as a success, and we believe that it is not. So if your mind is saying that way, we need to educate the mind. We need to have one-to-one session with your mind. You have to talk to your mind and give all the examples. The people worked hard, gained wealth. What happened? We can have a number of examples. You just look around, you will find many people. So you need to have that clarity. How much I need to give for this, how much time I need to give for this. Okay. When we start questioning our own mind, it always goes along with a lot of fear, because we start exploring complete new landscapes and are often lost how to deal with that fear. Okay, the same question I think got repeated afterwards, because we start questioning everything that gave us security, how to deal with that fear. So when we start questioning our own mind, it always goes along with a lot of fear, definitely, because we start exploring complete new landscapes and are often lost how to deal with that fear. Like the search for happiness. As I said, like, every living beings want to have the pleasant moment, pleasant experience, and want to move away from unpleasant experience. Because they go through some unpleasant experience, the fear is instilled in every living being. So when it is going, because of this evolution life, right, life after life, that fear also inbuilt in every cell of every living being, not only human beings, every living beings. Fear is there. When we take birth, we come with fear. It is not like we gain the fear after taking the birth. So this itself a huge subject to explore. Why? Because that is not something we are gaining. It's an inbuilt mechanism. How to deal with that inbuilt mechanism? Fundamental flaw. We can even call it as the original sin. All these things, like, we can give, like, because we are evolving from one life to other life, we are endowed with that. In our birth, it comes with that. Why? We want to live. We want to survive. When we say fear of this life, you can see that it has a connection to the fear of death. Everybody want to survive. Nobody want to die. So as we continue to explore the nature of mind, and in that we can see that this concept of fear also will be there. We will explore that. We will look into that in detail. Because not enough time to really go into that detail in this. And it is true, like, it looks like, everybody living something, and we are doing something like crazy thing. So deal with others itself, like, people don't like to do that. When they get that passing comments from family members, friends, colleagues, so people not ready to face that. That itself, like, giving a lot of frustration. So once we know they are all idiots, then we can be happy. So then it is like, very simple to deal with that. Like any crazy person, when they are doing something like idiotic thing, what we do? We don't care about, like, changing their mind. We just smile at them or just move away from them. So don't think like the world is really going towards that. Then everybody, like, very intelligent and really doing the right thing. But when we scrutinize, going detail, and exploring everything, we gain the wisdom. This is what wisdom is all about. Wisdom means that knowledge which will not change, which is up to the core, up to the end. And this practice, this exploration, this experiment, through that we are gaining the wisdom. So then we know also, right, how to deal with all this situation, especially new landscape, right? And that is not something like quite nice all the time, because it goes again confusion and like facing people, frustration, and we start to know our own mind, what kind of mind we have. Until then we thought like we are good, nice, and this and that and all those things. But the more we go deep within ourselves, we start to see the other aspect of our own being. So that also sometimes not a nice experience or nice feeling. But with that understanding, that clarity, slowly then we will know how to deal with these things like in an objective way, objectively. So we will explore that. We will continue that when we do that. Okay. So one thing also I want to point out, or I want to emphasize the current situation, because of this COVID spread, the people everywhere in trouble, everywhere the fear is there. It is not fear because of COVID. Lot of people, the fear is like, I lose my income, or I already lost these things, or like whatever that life I led, it's all gone, and what will be in the future or something like that, and how it will go. On top of that, this also now spreading. It's everywhere, different places, second wave or third wave, and all those things being like increasing. So the people, like those places that open up, the economy is open up, the country is open up, they again want to get back into the same kind of life. Already locked down, spend some time. That time the mind is different. Then they really spend a lot of time. That time you can see that they practice like 1 hour asana, 1 hour meditation. Not even one time, 2 times they have done. They got time also to study. Now everything opened up. Everybody got back into same busy routine life, and not even giving half an hour for their pranayama practice or asana practice. So aware of that idiotic mind. It is not like again you have to they lock down, then you have to go back again to this. No. In order to at least even to gain the health, to build that immunity, so it requires to give that quality time. Not just for you, even to your family members. Because of the spread, we don't know from where it comes. To reach nearby people, it is not going to take long time. So to your friends, to your family members, just teach some simple pranayama techniques where it will help them to take care of their lungs. It will help to give little bit of better immunity system, and little guidance about like taking care of the food and other things. Avoid them, and ask them to avoid the food which is not supporting and which is helping to build the immune system. Encourage them to get that kind of food. Otherwise, again, that's why I'm saying, like when they see the pain, when they get the pain, then they will go back to this. That doesn't work. So that's what we can do. People known to us, at least start with your family members and friends, because we have been already practicing yoga, and through that, like we first, it has to be for us, then to the people we know. So spend some time, share, or just something like related with that. Okay. And very important that mentally we need to build that strength. Physically, whatever doing, we will gain, but it has to start from our own mind. So then the happy moment is there all the time. Okay. So with that, we end today's session. Enjoy your time. Sleep well. No dreams. Good night. Namaste.